Hello, this video is just to let you know that the sign on the right when you walk in is a judge's order, and it's a verbal order from 2006. The sign on the left is a policy. The sign in the sheriff's department is also a policy, and you know how I feel about policies.
Take it outside, man. It's not allowed to go there.
No, this guy's gonna be a jerk.
What's up?
Not much. Could you send somebody out to talk to me?
Sir, we have to stay right here. This is our position. What can I do for you?
I was just asking for somebody to come out and talk to me. I'm not asking for you personally, just someone to come out here and talk to me. I have some questions concerning the sign.
What's your question, sir?
Well, is there a statute attached to that, or is it a policy?
It's orders from the judge, sir.
Orders from the judge or orders from the sheriff? I'm confused.
Orders from the judge, sir, which goes to the sheriff.
Okay, may I see that order?
We don't have it, sir. They have it. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm asking for the order from the judge.
What can I do for you, sir?
You can get me the order from the judge.
You have to call in and see and request permission, or you can walk all the way around to the sheriff's department and talk to them about that order, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, this guy's a jerk. Definitely a jerk. There's nothing on here. How's it going? Hey, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
The guy in there wasn't very helpful. He's being rude. I'm generally pretty nice. Do you know about the judge's order for no audio recording equipment? Because I'm wanting to go to the circuit clerk's office.
I have no idea.
No clue? All right.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. Thank you for your time.
Yep.
Alright, back in the sheriff's department. Hello, ma'am.
I can help you?
Yep, I'm back. They directed me over here. I tried to go into the circuit clerk's office and they told me no audio and video recording. They told me it was a judge's order, and they told me to come over here to see if I could find a copy of that judge's order.
We don't have a copy of that.
That's what I would think, and the guy wasn't listening to me, so...
Well, no, if it's a judge's order, you have to talk to the judge.
What's that?
I said, you said they said it was a judge's order?
Yep.
You would have to speak to the judge. We don't have anything to do with the circuit clerk's office. We're the sheriff's department.
That's what I thought, but I can show you the video. The guy told me it was done through the sheriff's office.
No, it's not.
It's not, huh?
That would be somebody else.
And you're positive of that? Because I don't want to walk back up.
I'm not going to say I'm positive, but we don't do anything. If it's something they say over there at the circuit clerk and they say it's the judge's order, it's up to them. We're the sheriff's department. We're not the court.
Yeah, I totally understand that aspect of it, and I tried explaining that to him, but he was absolutely certain that you guys would have that over here.
I don't know what else to tell you.
Could you give me your name one more time so I can tell him who I spoke to over here?
I already gave it to you.
She already gave it to me, she said. Hello, ma'am. I have a FOIA request here.
Okay.
You can save me some time by just telling me that employee's name that refused to identify herself, or otherwise I'll publish everything.
That's what this is?
Okay. I'd really just like that employee's name, because here's the thing. I'm about ready to walk back over to that courthouse and tell them that she sent me back over here, back over to the courthouse.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be rude. I simply want to find the judge's order. I think that's a pretty reasonable request to ask the sheriff's department about.
Okay.
And she's telling me that it doesn't exist, yet the security personnel over there are telling me to come back to the sheriff's office. So I don't want to be walking back and forth and playing that game.
Okay, I'll submit it for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Is the sheriff or a sergeant available?
Sergeants are down in command. Are you talking about chief deputy or?
That would be preferable.
I'll see if he's available.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm going to take you to
This attitude here. Keep the damn camera on her.
How you doing, sir?
Oh, all right. How are you? I'd shake your hand, but
I understand. I understand.
it feels like the initial thing to do is to shake hands.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize this sign was here on this wall when I first walked in here. I came in here earlier. I contacted your employee in there. I asked for a simple form. She's very friendly at first.
Yeah.
And I went over to the courthouse and I tried to make entry into the courthouse just to go to the circuit clerks. I'm not wanting to go into the courtrooms and stuff. I understand that aspect of it.
Right.
But when I walked in there, I asked one of the security personnel, I waved him over, I was like, hey, I got a question for you. I obviously don't want to walk past your little point here. And he told me he couldn't help me. I said, well, can you send somebody out? And he goes, well, what can I help you with? I said, well, you send somebody out here to talk to me because I have some questions about the sign on the wall. And he goes, well, you'll have to go over to the sheriff's office. That's the judge's order. That's why that sign's on the wall. I was like, okay, seems reasonable. And I asked him, so do you have a copy of that judge's order? I'd like to see it. And he goes, you'll have to get that from the sheriff's office. I came back over here, very polite and cordial. I had been that way the entire time in the city.
Yeah.
Came back over. I asked her if she could have a copy of the judge's order. She doesn't know a clue about it, doesn't have a clue about it. And told me a couple of times, actually, she doesn't know where it's at, doesn't know what it is. And I told her the security personnel told me the sheriff's department would have it. I don't want to be walking back and forth nonstop.
No, I understand 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened?
And
Was
then she refused to identify herself.
It was the chief judge, Judge Weber, A.G. Weber.
Okay.
Because obviously we have the security checkpoint over there.
Yes.
So anywhere out in the lobby, obviously, as you know, by the law, is perfectly fine to videotape it. Beyond the security point, the checkpoint, the judge doesn't allow any photography
Okay.
any cell phones from anyone.
Okay, and I
on the
understand
security
that,
checkpoint.
and all I was wanting was the form, so I could video. I don't even need a copy of it, really. If you guys just show the form to me, I can videotape it, and that's good enough for me.
As far as the judge, you mean talking
Yeah,
about what the
yeah,
judge?
the actual judge's order, because he should have it written down.
And he probably does. To be honest with you, I would have to get a copy of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I could get a copy of that.
Can you do that? I'm in the city for maybe an hour longer. If I had to leave, man, it's...
I understand.
Okay,
I
I was like, I'll make good with the video I make out of here. I'd really just like a copy of the judge's order so I can see it and know exactly where the lines are at. Because it seems and I'm not complaining to you, I know you have no control over a judge, but it seems unreasonable to me that they would create that restriction going into the circuit clerk's office, because they do have information in there that the public should have access to. And that's essentially what I'm doing here. I'm a public access auditor.
Yeah.
I come in to see if they're going to tell me no.
Now, there is another access to the circuit clerk's office.
Really?
Yeah. That's where you make the payments. When you walked into the courthouse,
Yeah, it's to the left.
yes, right there
Yeah,
to the left.
they have the same sign on that window as well.
Also not allowed to have recording devices in there as well.
Which led me to... normally, if the sign were just on that right side, I wouldn't have bothered with them, but I saw it on the left side, and I knew that looked like public access point to me. And that's where I'm at now. Is I just really like to see the judge's order. I've been doing this all over the country. I'm pretty reasonable. I'm not one of the mean ones.
I don't want to hold you up. You have a phone number? Because I mean, it's going to be 1 minute thing for me to look into this.
Normally I don't get it, but you're being pretty professional. I gave him my name and number and everything, and I normally don't identify when I come into contact.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be professional, I'll reciprocate.
I can write that in. I just wanted to call you so you didn't have to stick around here and wait.
That
and
would
say,
be
hey, I got
great.
that for you.
That'd be great.
You know
Because
what I mean?
here's the thing, man. I've been to several buildings already, and I hate to take away the pass.
No, I understand.
Hello.
Can I help you with something?
Yes, ma'am. I just need a Freedom of Information request form.
Freedom of request form. It's down in our main office, and you won't be able to take your cell phone down there, sir.
Oh, is it inside the building here?
Yes, it is.
Oh, you guys don't have any forms on site?
Nope.
Man, that's a bummer.
I know.
Could you print one off for me, and I can fill it out right here rather than go through all that?
No, we don't do that. We're just the part that takes the money, sir.
Okay.
You would go through them double set of doors,
Uh-huh.
go through security, go all the way down to the end of the hallway, walk into the big room, it looks like a horseshoe, and you'll go to the civil counter.
Okay. Well, I run into an issue with that. Basically, I'm a journalist. My goal is to gain public access and acquire a Freedom of Information request form. On that side, it's a judge's order. On this side, it's a policy. It's different. I have no intention of violating a judge's order, but policy I'm not necessarily required to follow. So that's why I came to this side, and I figured you guys would have access to that Freedom of Information request form.
Bookkeeping department.
What's
we
that?
take fines and fees.
What's that?
We take fines and fees
Okay, and
here.
that nothing else.
All the paperwork is filed down there in the main office.
Okay. Looks like we're gonna have a problem then.
Oh, okay. Do you want to talk to the circuit clerk?
That would be great. I mean,
Awesome.
thank you.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Sherry. I'm waiting for a call from Mike Baggett to make sure it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Because we're exempt from freedom of information in this office.
Really?
Yes, we are.
Holy
Because we
crap.
work with the courts.
Okay.
Okay. So as soon as I find out, if you give me a card, I can call. I just got to call into him. JR told me you was coming.
Yep,
And
sweet.
that way
I figured they were.
Yeah. So I can call you. I just want to get the okay that it's okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'll let you know what I'm looking for.
Uh-huh.
I see that these signs are the same, and there's no statute or policy number attached to them.
That's the courts.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I've clarified now. On this side, this is a judge's order, but on this side, it's a policy. And basically,
Not my policy though.
yeah, I wouldn't think so. I just want to see the policy that.
Because they bring their
was
cell
passed.
phones through here. They just can't take them past the security.
Gotcha. And I wasn't
Yeah.
trying to go past
Yeah.
there. The security guard was not very, and this isn't. your
Yeah,
fault.
that's not mine.
He wasn't very friendly at all. And I was like, man, I try and be polite.
But I think actually this is more like forever through here.
Gotcha.
They're letting them know once you pass this and go there, because they try to drop their cell phones off to us all the time. And we can't keep them.
That might make a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they can bring them through here. They just can't take them through that area.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
And I think they just posted on there to let them know that. You know, once you pass this area, you can't go.
And one other thing I'm looking for, I'm mostly concerned with the policy, but I'm curious as to actually read the judge's order on that. And the security guy in there, I asked him, I said, you know, you say there's a judge's order, so I asked to see a copy of it. And he's like, we don't have it. And I was like, well, if you're telling people you got a judge's order, you might want to actually produce it.
I don't know if it's a judge's order. Let me check and see if it was Judge. I'll call Judge Weber.
Okay.
See if he put an actually administrative order, if he knows he did. Because
Awesome.
this has been here forever.
Gotcha.
You know, once everybody started trying to bring him in and filming stuff in the courtrooms, which is
Yeah.
you got to have that media thing.
I know I can't do that.
Yeah. Unless you have you can
Yeah.
if you have a media
Yeah.
pass with him. So
Yeah, which
so
the
he
judge
orders
would
that.
issue.
Yeah, he would issue that. Yeah. And the other one is just because that way we know that you have documentation for the information.
Gotcha.
So that's just so they can get forms.
Okay, so thank you.
So the other one is just because they bring them in there.
Do they?
Yes,
Okay.
they do. They bring their cell phones in. It's just for them going there and not to record anything because.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah.
let me check with Mike and then I'll get back with you. Hopefully it'll be today.
Today?
Okay,
Okay.
hopefully, because I'm just waiting. He's our assistant state's attorney that actually handles it.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very
You're
much. I
welcome.
appreciate
You're
you.
welcome. Have a good day.